So in Siman Daled, the Reb Tzadok's going to go through. He conflates Krias Shma and the concept of Kabbalah Olam HaShemayim of Krias Shma with the same with the similarity in brachos as well, which he was talking about up till now. It's the same concept of accepting the Olam HaShemayim on you before you get started. So mitzvah rishona shenis chayav adam k'shenasa adam ben yud gimel shana. The first mitzvah that a person is responsible for when they become 13 years old, who Krias Shma shel arvis. It's Krias Shma shel arvis because as soon as you hit seis, when you become 13, that first mitzvah is Krias Shma. Because mitzvah Krias Shma and brachos is the same thing. Brachos befrat. Brachos are in the detail of every single mitzvah and every single act. And Shema is in general on the whole action of getting up and the whole action of sleeping. So v'shalarvis kaidem. So next step is that's the importance of Krias Shma. The next step is why does it say v'shach b'chov kumechel? Why do we talk about sleeping first? So kedepasach bei. So the Gemara in Brachos asks that same question. Gemara is quoting the Gemara really. He wants to know why does it say Meir Misaikarim B'Shema Ba'arvis first. So Gemara gives two pshatim. Number one is because the pasuk says b'shach b'chov kumecha, that you go to sleep and you wake up, and the second one that's in Shema. And the second one is Yalef and Brias Shalaylam, that he learns from the creation. It says Vahi Erev Vayivakir Yemecha, that it talks about Erev first before Boker. So so you learn from Brias Shalom that at the beginning there's darkness. That when you get started in this journey of Kabbalah Olam HaShemayim, it starts in a dark place. You're stupid. You don't have any actions to back it up. And if you just you power through it and you start with just the Kabbalah, Hasaga Habrura. And then when you just go through it, you're able to be Makayim it in wealth, in clarity of daylight, clear Hasaga, comprehension, and through that the action comes during the day. Meaning that at night, Tzadok is saying that night is symbolic of a time where there's a heder hamaisa. There's no acting involved. You're just stuck. You don't have a lot. And you just feel trapped in a way. And then during the day, when the daylight comes, not only do you have clarity, you're able to see things clearer. It's also the time where you do things and you get things done. And he's saying that when you start with the nighttime, that gives you the zechus by powering through that and having no tangible benefit or no positive feedback loop, that it allows you to get to the place where you're Mekabel Olam HaShemayim with clarity and being able to translate it into action. We should all be zocha. Siman Hey. So this siman, we're going to talk about the differences between Krias Shma at night and Krias Shma during the day. Even though the Ikar Chiyav of Kabbalah Olam HaShemayim is Krias Shma, the Chiyav of Krias Shma extends forever. That there's no point in time where you shouldn't be accepting the Olam HaShemayim, being able to comprehend that we're standing in front of the Kodesh Baruch Hu. How do I know? Because like we say in the Al-Chet Shechatanu Fanacha B'Frik Asol, and that's the pshat in that Al-Chet is that Al-Chet Shechatanu Fanacha B'Frik Asol with the sin of the throwing off the yoke is our lack of being Mekabel Olam HaShemayim at every moment of the day. Ukmo Shamar Baal Shem Tov, same thing about Shem Tov said, Al Pasuk Ashrei Adam Lo Yachshav Hashem Le'aven. David HaMelech in Tehillim says, Ashrei Adam, blessed is a person. Adam is a high Baal Madrega, somebody who's very accomplished, a tzaddik. That Ashrei Adam, blessed is the person that Le'yachshav Hashem, that if he doesn't think of Hashem at any point in time where he's not thinking of Kodesh Baruch Hu, Le'aven, to him that's a sin. So halvai, you should, when you get to this madriga where you're at that level. The Kabbalah Olam HaShemayim shel arvis. So now let's talk about the differences. So Kabbalah Machshava Sharav is Zman Kol Zman HaShchiva. The Zman of Krias Shma of nighttime is the whole night. Shekol HaLayla Tzarech Liyas Nosei Ba'ol. That the whole night he has to be Nosei Ba'ol. He has to be, the only thing he's doing is concentrate. That we're doing is we're concentrating on Kabbalah Machshava Shel Shachris, but Krias Shma Shel Shachris Rak B'Tchilas Hakima. It's uvkumecha at the time that you get up, which is the first 3 hours a day, whatever the different shitas in which is how we paskin, but the different halachos. Bottom line is when you're getting up. It's not the whole time you're sleeping in your bed. It's not the whole time you're up and about. It's when you're getting up. Uchmai habracha. So what's pshat? Uchmai habracha b'tchilas hamitzvah sagi al kol mitzvah af shenimshach man ma. So it's the equivalent of a bracha, that you do it in the beginning of the mitzvah, even if the mitzvah drags out for quite a while. Because the Kabbalah Sa'ol is enough at the beginning of the action. The holiness of just completing the acts continues this your initial thought. Uchmai b'lishma gabiget, similar by lishma gabiget. What's lishma? When you write a get, you have to write it for the name. You have to have it in mind initially, and then once you start writing the get, it's assumed that you're doing it for your initial purpose. So as long as you're continuing the initial act, you're effectively extending it all the way through the rest of the day. Betanya, Parak Mamalef, like it says in the Tanya, that the Ikar ha'achana l'shma la'akev hu b'tchilas halimud. That the beginning of Lishma to be Ma'akev is at the beginning of Limud HaTorah. Uchadidiyah kra b'shachbecha, and like the Torah is medayik, b'shachbecha is hainu kol halayla d'shaychman. That's all night that you're lying down. Masha enkein b'kumecha. In contrast, b'kumecha hu rak b'tchilas hayam. It's just at the beginning of the way. The az kamen va'imdim. Then you're getting up. Masha enkein kol hayam halech v'yashiv. And then he's moving, he's standing up, he's sitting down, but he's not getting up. We don't say bekumecha at that time. That on the actions, the general actions of the full day, it's enough with the beginning of the day.